We are coming at you today with a very special episode. This is my dumb purchase of the month, which is a 12-inch folding electric bike that I really don't need, but I got a real problem with electric bikes. So I am John Holmes, the host with the most ridiculous comments down below. Thanks for tuning in. So today we are going to unbox and probably do some assembly on this electric bike. This is a DYU, maybe. I don't even know what brand to really call it because these things are all over eBay, but this one is a branded DYU D1. It has little bitty 12-inch wheels. It has a folding handlebar, folding seat, and about a 36 volt 6 amp hour battery. I am told, I'm not sure if I believe it, but we will see in the teardown video, which will come after this unboxing video. So nothing to do it, but to do it, I reckon, if you have something like this come in off of eBay or AliExpress or Wish, like me, about 330 bucks shipped, kind of hard to pass that deal on when you got a problem buying stupid stuff, you're gonna need to unbox it. And I would suggest a set of pliers. You could do it with a knife, but they have these staples in here and you're real liable to cut yourself with the staples or the knife if you're trying to do it the old-fashioned way. So what I like to do is get right next to these staples and just pop them up. I used to work in a bike shop for a long time and had to do these multiple times a day. I usually try to build about 4 bikes a day. And it was always a risk of getting these staples in the hand. Hopefully they didn't glue. Yeah, no glue, so we're doing good. Have you ever assembled a bike out of a box? Let me know if you got any tricks on opening the box, because this is about the best way that I know how. But maybe there's some other trick. Give me y'all's tricks. There we are. Hey, we got a second layer of staples. Surprise, surprise. So I tend to make dumb purchases sometimes. I got a real problem with things with wheels. I got even worse problems with things that have electronics on it. And maybe I'm not alone. Maybe y'all have a problem with dumb purchases too, right? I don't know. Maybe I'm alone in this world with buying dumb things, but for some reason, for some odd reason, I love electric bikes. I think I only have like 6 or 7 right now. Maybe you have a problem with electric bikes too. How many do you have? If you don't have more than 7, then you don't have a problem. All right, so we got some parts in here. Looks like we got some pegs attached to a lot of packaging. We'll just toss those for now. We got some more random packaging. That's gonna keep it safe from China. Man, look at that, safe. So yeah, this is actually all in one piece. I'm going to attempt to slide this out of the box because they got a handle on this bike. So the bike should only weigh about 26 pounds. That's what it says. It should have a range of about 20 miles. So it says. I've seen anywhere from 10 to 20 miles on the packaging. So we're just gonna slide this box out of the way. You should recycle. You should be recycling your boxes. So it's mostly assembled. This actually isn't too bad of a job. So, you know, a knife or pliers. We're gonna have a bunch of zip ties to pop open. A lot of times the pliers are the easy way. Should have been smart and probably had a trash can near me. So, you know, learn from my mistakes on this unboxing. And if you're unboxing something like this, you have yourself a trash can ready. But we got this little 250 watt brushless motor contraption, DYU.VIP, if you want to go to what seems to be the original brander's website. There's a whole lot of different ones available, of course, on eBay, Amazon, AliExpress, Wish.com, just all sorts of different brands out there. But this one was actually the lower cost one. And I have a feeling it's probably the exact same thing as all of them. Seems to be a lot of rebranding in this world. Maybe that's what you do for a living. Nothing wrong with it. You find a good factory, slap your own brand on it. As long as you can offer good customer service, people continue to give you business. So man, look how tiny this thing is. This is like, I'm gonna do some freaking curls with this. Actually, what I'm gonna do is I think chop this sucker down, do a low seat, do a low handlebar, and make myself a real mini bike. I'll probably go play some disc golf with it, and yeah, these are the cheapest zip ties I've ever seen. Have you ever seen zip ties this cheap before? Look at these, they're just breaking into four pieces. 4 pieces. So man, this is actually packed really well. I am surprised. Sometimes things are very questionably packed. Look at that, I just bam, zip ties off. And we're probably gonna have something hiding down in here maybe. Nope, not even. All right, so besides threading the pegs on and putting the rear fender on, essentially all we gotta do is figure out how to flip this up. Just like that. That's a pretty nifty little mechanism there, actually. Nifty keen! And besides the pegs, it looks like we're ready to rock. Yeah, pegs and rear fender. So it looks like you will need a 3mm or 4mm Allen wrench to attach this guy. They may include it over here. Haven't gotten to that yet. And strong hands to thread on this. We've got the charger in here too. Let's see what kind of charger this is. Oh, they're even so nice as to include a kickstand. I mean, what more could you ask for on this DYU D1 12-inch miniature folding electric bike? I don't know. So you might need some ham strength. Some ham strength, yeah. Maybe some turkey strength. Gobble, gobble. Great packaging. I'm not actually being sarcastic. They did a good job of packaging this. It's obviously not scratched, not dented. Got here all the way, probably on a slow boat from China. I bought it from a US vendor. You can buy these from Chinese vendors, and it'll take you, 2 weeks to 6 weeks to ship in. I got this one from a US vendor for $300 shipped thanks to a coupon on Wish. And I was just bragging how I don't make dumb purchases the other day. And one of my workers had to call me out. Didn't you say you got a mini e-bike coming? Yeah. Dumb purchases. I don't need another e-bike, guys. But we're just gonna persevere in life. Sometimes you don't always make the best decisions, but as I always say, or actually I never really say it, but it sounds good, don't live life with regret. Just live life. Make decisions, make bad decisions, make good decisions, whatever you want to. Just don't regret any of them. Because living life with regret, it's kind of sad, honestly. You know what I don't regret? Purchasing this. I do not regret purchasing this. This is going to be a lot of fun. I can tell you right now. Besides cleaning up the trash, I mean, that's not going to be real fun. But sometimes you got to do chores to be able to play with your toys. DYU Smart Electric Bike Instruction, made by F-Wheel. I don't even know who F-Wheel is. F-Wheel, man. Oh, we got a child seat. They have an aftermarket child seat you can put right there, because that's not dangerous at all. Jeez. That's what I want to do, is throw my 2-year-old in the middle of this thing, so when I go on the streets that they can also get in a wreck with me. So essentially they point out everything in English on this guy. Not really much instruction other than putting on the child seat. Function, you charge it, you press a button and you go. That's pretty much it. Oh, it's got a cruise function? Yeah, all right. So, I mean, let's just see what happens here. I think this is on. They got a little switch on the handlebars here. Probably just turn that. one way or the other. Maybe not. Oh, maybe just switch it. Reading instructions sometimes comes in handy. I did not read them. I never read them. All right, so nice and quiet. Can you hear that in the video? There's really not much noise to it. The actual motor is very quiet. We probably don't have a full charge on the battery, so that's not full speed. I can hear a little bit of disc brake. I mean, it comes with a freaking disc brake. Come on, man. That's awesome. Oh. Yes. Get out of my way. What? You can't hold it down. Yes, you can. Ooh, and it's got a light. So I have to hold down the horn and turn the light on. Beep. We're backing up. All right, so holding down the horn to turn the light on is probably the dumbest feature I've ever heard. What if you're leaving your house at like midnight and you want to sneak out? Well, you turn your phone off if you want to sneak out. Hey, and they did include the Allen wrench for the one thing. Should I just go ahead and answer this? Let me know in the comments. Hold on 1 second. All right, after that short commercial break, we are back. And here is our charger. Let's see if it tells us any information on the charger. So we are going to assume this is a 6 amp hour 36 volt battery, which would be 20 cells, probably 10 cells in series, 2 strings in parallel for 20 cells total. 6 amp hours, yeah, that's probably a good guess. And it looks like 42 volts, 2 amp output on this. And this is a switching power supply. I hope it is a class 3. It doesn't say. It's got IP20 water resistance to it. Y'all probably don't care about any of that. So basically what I was trying to get at is this will be about a 3-hour charge time. Estimate from dead. It looks like we're almost full on the battery, 75% or whatever. Let's go ahead and switch this back off so I don't accidentally whiskey throttle this thing into a wall. What else? Aluminum frame on this, kind of cool. It also has a mount for disc brakes up front. That is also cool. So maybe I'll upgrade that in the future. Maybe I will throw on a front hub motor on this thing in the future too. I have some front motors that looks like they would fit right in there. So we'll see. Maybe I'll convert it to a 2-wheel drive, assuming that it is actually 12.5-inch tires. Looks like Shenzhen tires. Oh, yes, it is a standard 12.5, even though they call it a 12-inch tire. It is a 12.5-inch tire, the same as any kid's bike, basically. All right, so we got our charger. The charger will plug in somewhere on the bike. I have not found that yet. We have our one thing that needs to be attached to the bike. Now, I shouldn't have to say this, but anytime that you buy a bicycle, you need to go over every single nut and bolt on that bike if you value your skin. Have you ever had a bike that was assembled already and then fell apart on you? You probably have, especially if it was bought from someplace like Walmart. I certainly have. I've had bikes that I assembled myself, tightened up, and then they got loose as I was riding them. That is one thing that happens as you ride a bike. Things loosen. So, I don't know if they cross-threaded this or if they put in thread lock, but this bolt does not feel very good. I love it when they cross-thread from the factory. That's my favorite thing. And unfortunately, with Chinese manufacturing, it happens a little more often than we would like to admit. Even with American manufacturing, honestly. Because some days you just have a bad employee. Aha, thread lock. Good, it was thread lock. Our day is saved. We will be able to ride this in 12 inches of mud without getting a stripe up our butt. 13 inches of mud though? Nah, too much. All right. So the assembly on this really isn't so bad. And evidently I also forgot to mute my phone. Yeah. You can tell I've been out of the game for too long. It's been weeks since we shot videos thanks to this broken leg. Thanks, broken leg. I know you probably couldn't hear it, but it said, "You're welcome. You're welcome." In case you were wondering, I broke my leg skiing, having a lot of fun. I was not doing something dumb like walking up and down stairs. And that is not a sarcastic statement, even though I evidently said it with a ton of sarcasm. At least I was having fun when I broke my leg. And how did I break it, do you ask? You probably didn't ask, but I'm going to tell you. I dislocated it when I crashed on a ski bike, and the dislocation actually broke part of my tibia. They told me it was a lucky break because I could have ripped all my tendons and ligaments. But come to find out, when they did the surgery on my knee, learned this yesterday, they actually did repair some of my ligaments. So instead of being a 3-month heal time, it is actually going to be an 8-month heal time, which is kind of sad. But whatever. Live and learn. Or don't and just keep making the same mistake again. I don't care. How many times have you made the same mistake? Twice, or 3 times, or 4 times? Man, that's it. That was it. We're done with the assembly. All right, so up next, the next video, we are going to do a real review of it. I'm going to take this thing apart. I'm going to look at the electronics inside. We're going to see just how terrible the electronics are, or maybe great, because honestly, at this price point, they may have put good electronics in it. They may have put shoddy electronics in it, and the only way to know is to ride it and to take it apart and see what's on the inside. So that's going to be our next video. Stay tuned for that. And if you got any further questions that I did not go over on this sweet 12-inch miniature folding electric bike from DYU, the D1, just let me know in the comments. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for tuning in and have a good day. That is the dumbest thing ever. Why, maybe I can hit both buttons? No. Backing up. Backing up.